Let me get started.
Okay, so only 1,972 miles to Maine. No problem.
I don't think we're going quite that far
Or
today.
we'll just go 4.
Yeah.
So we just got started. It's not really raining now, but we're in the clouds. And the trail is real muddy. It's not too bad though. Not nearly as bad as Vermont. We're not like walking through huge mud puddles.
And we're imagining the wonderful views.
Oh, wonderful views.
Oh, it's so gray and spectacular.
We did see some on the way up, but now we're in the clouds. But a lot of times you're kind of trying to sidestep the mud because I'm going to have to edit that out. We're from Western Tennessee. This is Eastern Tennessee. So they have, ooh, look how muddy. We have mountains and ice here. There's a big slab of ice up there. Have to be careful where I step. Especially since I'm not using my truck poles because I'm filming. That's kind of cool. So, wow, so much ice. Even goes on up there. It's real pretty, isn't it? Even though there's no view, but the trail itself is pretty. I've lost Dave. It's amazing once you start hiking. I started with a hat, scarf, gloves, a rain jacket, and I'm just so hot and sweaty now. Don't need it all. But we're afraid that once we get up 1,000 feet it might be chilly, so we're prepared for it. Or it could start pouring on us, in which case we will need the rain stuff. Found him. Lots of ice patches along the way. We have to be careful. Yeah. I imagine we'll see more and more as we get higher. Okay, this is the only view we've seen so far. Kind of hard to tell, but you can see that mountain and then a little bit beyond it. So one little clearing that we have, it's a little blue up there.
Yeah, it's a good sign.
It's a lot of climbing. We started at 5,000 feet, so I don't know if the elevation is affecting us too, or we're just out of shape because we haven't really hiked for a couple months. I think my lens is dirty. Okay, I tried to clean the lens. I don't know if that helped or if it's just picture seems fuzzy. I figured out what was wrong. I was cleaning the back lens, not the one facing me.
Just like I'm
So we're going down a little bit. We've been kind of flat and going down, but I think we have to go up more. There's our AT marker, the official sign that we're on the Appalachian Trail. So we got to the trail junction to go to either the Jumpoff off the Appalachian Trail or to the Icewater Spring Shelter, which is about a quarter mile further down the Appalachian Trail. There's our marker. So we decided to, I think we're going to come back to the Jumpoff, and for now we're going to go to the shelter and sit down and eat lunch, because since everything is soaking wet, we haven't been able to really sit down and take a break. So we're kind of going out of our way to get to the shelter, but I think it'll be real pretty though. And in theory, I'm guessing we'd have a view if we get a break in the clouds or something. The trail's pretty wet. I'm trying to avoid all the mud puddles. Rocks are cool though.
We're getting a few more ice patches here.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen ice for a while since the beginning. Strangely, because we're higher up now. But there's some. Don't want to step on that. And there's some ice down there. Cool. Okay, we made it to the shelter. And I'm assuming normally there would be beautiful views here. This is the way to the shelter. I mean, it seems kind of bright, like the sun's up there, but it's just still cloudy. So this is the shelter. So there's the water that direction. And then here we have a nice porch. And then there's a tarp, which I bet is really nice. This is the shelter. Oh yeah, fire damage. You can have a fire in the fireplace. That would be nice. I thought that said do not cook or eat sleeping bears. So we stopped at a deli on our way here and got a sandwich. Peanut butter pretzels. We're having lunch on the bunk. We got cold sitting here. Had to put hat, scarf, rain jacket on. We gotta get moving or we're gonna be too cold. But it's a lot nicer in here than outside there. It's the benches on the outside are wet and it's windy. So once you stop, you cool off right away. But we're gonna get going. And I know once, especially once we start climbing a hill, we'll be more than warm enough. There's 2 deer, like very close to us. Apparently they're really tame. There's another one through there. They're just pretty much ignoring us. I think they're as tame as this. He's eating the trees. We're back to the trail intersection here from the quarter-mile from the shelter. Okay, the Jumpoff trail goes up this creek.
That didn't seem like it was point 2 already.
I could walk this way instead of up the creek. I think would be a better idea. Huh. Is this a trail or a creek? This looks a lot like Vermont. We got some climbing to get to the Jumpoff up a stream. And we've climbed up already.
We're climbing to see some more clouds.
It's kind of cool though. I like climbing.
We
Climb up that. Okay. This is the end of the Jumpoff.
There's a break up there.
And Dave says there is a... Look at the view!
So that pushes over there, and I assume there's a mountain over there. Oh yeah, I do see over there.
Oh yeah, blue sky. The smallest amount. It's pretty windy up here.
So yeah, it's like
It's a little hill in
the
the
wind's pushing.
distance.
Hey look, you can...
So this is what it looks like to be in the clouds. What are we, about 6,000 feet?
Yeah.
We're just surrounded by white. Look at the view! This drops straight down. Oh, that's cool. You can see that cliff over there. So this cheap little rain jacket, it's not really raining, but it's windy up here, so it's really nice with the hood. And look at the view! It got chilly back there. It was really windy and it's starting to get cold. We had to start hiking.
Kind of going through this thick forest here.
Can you see me since I'm bright blue?
Yeah.
So you can see Dave's actually up ahead there on the trail, but I think we're actually in the clouds now because it looks kind of fuzzy up there. But I think it's actually sprinkling right now up above us. We really can't tell that it's raining down here below the trees. So that's really nice. Now we're not soaking. Well, I guess I look a little wet, but I don't feel too wet. My shoes are still dry. For the most part, I'm dry, so it's good. Anyway, we're on our way back down. It's really hard climbing up. It's a lot nicer going downhill and knowing that we're heading back to the car. And maybe we'll go to Cracker Barrel for dinner and get some hot soup. If it weren't such a hill, I would do it.
It's cool ice chunk here. You can see it melting underneath.
Woo!
The water running down. Okay, let's see Jen go ice skating.
No, I think I would kill myself. I can't do it. If I want to walk off the mountain.
Yeah.
Nope. Not gonna happen. Okay, I did it. This must be the north side of the mountain because there is a lot of ice here, but there isn't very much ice further up the mountain. That's your big winter adventure there.
Yeah.
Okay, we're back to the parking lot. It's even cloudier than when we got here.
We made it.
We climbed up this little platform thing. We're parked down there somewhere. Okay, we made it back to the car. And it is more cloudy than when we started. Even just the hill behind us, we can't even see. So we made it back. Yay! Okay, so this is the view on the way down.
So colorful.
We are definitely fogged in.
So
Now
if
that
we
we're
had
driving down the mountain, we're not in the clouds anymore. But up at 5,000 feet, we were in the clouds.
So if we had gone here, we would have been okay.
Well, that's the one we might do tomorrow.
Yeah, that one's like only 4 miles.
What's it called?
Alone Cave. The trail's closed because of all the fire.
But I don't know if you can tell those hills are black. That hill is pretty charred. Go a little bit closer. And then down there. Good thing the town, for the most part, survived. Now we were hiking.
In those
we don't
clouds.
know if it was on that mountain, but it probably looked something like that. We were in the clouds. And down here, we're below the clouds. Look at all the fog and the mist in the valleys. Do you see it?
Right.